Hey, Jonathan Cummings here from the Troubadour's Journey. What's new and exciting? Today, I am going to tell you two of the people that you're going to meet on the Troubadour's Journey. The villain of how and the hero of why. And these two villains are at a constant battle, and I'm going to tell you how that's probably going to happen in your life and what you can do about it right here coming up next on the Troubadour's Journey.
Don't you die with your songs telling you just sing with me.
So this is really what this looks like. As soon as you come up with something that you want to accomplish, your overall objective, or maybe it's a secondary goal that's leading on the way to something, the first thing that's going to pop into your head is you're going to go, I can't do that. How can I do that? How is that possible? How can it happen? How can I? How? And this enemy of how, or this villain of how, is the way I like to think about him. It stops you, prevents you, stops you dead in your tracks from achieving your goal. Now, one of the biggest heroes that could prevent this villain from stopping you is the hero of why, I mean, guys, this is basic Tony Robbins 101, right? If you have a big enough why, you can accomplish anything, right? You can figure out how to do it as long as you have a big enough why, right? So one of the things that's really good to do when you're thinking about your goal, put the how villain on pause for a minute, and in your journal or your diary or your program or online or on Evernote or wherever you keep things that's in your life, you want to, and really if we're talking about Tony Robbins, the best way to do this, well, the best thing you can do is, if you ever have a chance, is to go out and buy his flagship program, Personal Power. But just to give you a preview, write down all of the reasons why you absolutely must accomplish this goal, and make it all of the great things that you can do, all of the lives you're going to touch, all the positive things you're going to bring into people's lives, the positive things you're going to bring to your own life. Write all that down, but also you want to write down all the negative things that are going to happen if you don't achieve it, the things you're going to miss out on, the pain you're going to experience in your life, the disappointment that you're going to cause to yourself and others, and write that down. And you want to get a really big why going, right? But what I want to do is I want to take you one step beyond this. What if you could take this villain of how and render him completely useless? Turn him into something that you're not even worried about, right? The way to accomplish this, and let me give you an illustration about this, okay? I'm sure that you've, in your lifetime, watched a baby learn how to walk, right? And the way that this happens is the baby gets up and falls down. And so the baby basically failed at learning how to walk. Now, the baby doesn't know he's even trying to learn how to walk. The baby just knows he got up and he fell down. So what happens when the baby falls down? The parents give him all kinds of rewards. They laugh and they make faces and, oh, what a good boy, what a good boy. Hey, that was so great. Let's do it again. So now the baby, getting all of this positive reward and reinforcement, gets up so he can fall down again. Because every time he falls down, he gets all of this great reward. Now think about this for a minute. Every time the baby fails at walking, he gets positive reinforcement. And after he fails over and 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 over again, eventually he accidentally learns how to walk. Now this is somewhat of a magic formula. What if there was a way for you to train your mind, condition your mind, so that every time you, quote, end quote, failed, you could get positive reinforcement instead of the negative reinforcement that us adults normally give ourselves when we fail at something? I mean, really, if you think about it, the only way to succeed at something is to fail enough times until you finally figure out enough ways not to do it, right? I mean, every time you fail at something, you're figuring out another way that it can't be done. And it's funny about people because they'll usually say something like, well, I've tried everything. That's not going to happen. I've tried everything. Anytime you hear someone say they've tried everything, or anytime you say you've tried everything, it's just an outright lie. It's not true. Most people say that after they've tried about 3 things. Man, I've tried everything. That's never going to work. Right? I went to the gym 3 times. I haven't lost any weight. That's never going to work. I've tried to start a business 3 times. It's not going to work. I can't make it happen. But if every time you fail, you receive a positive reinforcement and almost an excitement so that you want to go do it again, let's go fail at this business again. Let's figure out another way to fail at it. Let's figure out another way to fail at it. Just like that baby, you're going to eventually fail your way to success. As a matter of fact, I will argue that the majority of people who succeed in anything fail their way to success. They find enough ways that it can't be done till they finally figure out the way that it can be. But what if there was a way to condition yourself so that every time you failed, quote, end quote, you didn't generate negative feelings about it, but instead you generated positive feelings about it? Well, believe me, there is a way to do this. There's probably a dozen ways to do this, and they've all been utilized. There are salespeople that go door to door, and I don't even know if salespeople go door to door anymore. They probably don't. But back in the 80s and in the early 90s, salespeople went door to door. And every time they got a door slammed in their face, they would get excited about it. They literally conditioned themselves, trained themselves, right? Not programmed, because your brain's not a computer, but they conditioned themselves. They trained themselves so that every single time a door got slammed in their face, they would get excited about it. That's one step closer to the, if you look at the odds, you're going to get, maybe in that particular business, depending on what they're selling, they might get 65 no's to every yes. That might be the statistical truth in their particular business. So they know that all they got to do is get the door slammed in their face 65 times, and the next one will be a yes, right? So, but there's a way to do this, and this is usually done through neuro-linguistic programming, which I don't call it that because I don't believe that our brains are computers. They can't be programmed. Even Tony Robbins didn't call it that. He's always called it neuro-associative conditioning, which I think is actually a step closer to the truth. I actually call it something different, and we're going to get into that once we get into the NLP portion of this program. But to give you one tool so that you can actually make this happen, I'm going to do that on the next video, which is going to be coming out next week. So as you've noticed this week, I've released a video Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm going to try to continue doing that. And so next week on Monday's video, I'm actually going to give you the tool that you can use right away. You don't really have to understand all of the ins and outs and everything of NLP or anything like that. It's just a tool that if you follow my instructions, you can actually train yourself to generate good feelings when something negative or quote unquote negative, something that is normally perceived as negative, happens. See, failing is not negative. It's just another step in the journey. Like I said, those little babies who keep falling down, they certainly don't perceive it as negative. They just keep doing it until they finally succeed. So next week on this channel, right here, The Troubadour's Journey, I'm going to give you a tool that you can use right away so that you can start training yourself to generate feelings of positiveness, of power and possibility, and of optimism when things happen to you negatively, that are going to happen. If you're trying to achieve any kind of goal that's worthwhile, these negative things are going to happen. Let's turn them into a positive. So we have the villain of how, we have the hero of why. So why can fight off that villain, but we can also take that how villain and we can reduce him to something that doesn't even affect us anymore. And I'm going to show you how to do that next week. For now, please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel. I'm not charging anything for these. When I first started doing this, or when I first started thinking about doing this, my objective was to put a series of videos on Udemy or Learnable or something like that, where you would go on and you'd pay a certain amount of money and you'd take a course in something. And I just decided not to do that. I decided to put these videos for free here on YouTube. YouTube is really not organized in a way where you can automatically watch the videos in the order that they're released, which is kind of the way that I'm doing this. These videos really need to kind of be watched in chronological order. However, the YouTube ecosystem is set up in a way where we're actually looking at the videos from most recent to the most the ones that were created earlier, right? So that's why I'm going to try to keep these videos in some playlists. So we have the 1919 Principle playlist, the TIP playlist, different playlists, so that you can go back to the beginning of the playlist and watch them in chronological order. All I ask for you to do is just like the videos, subscribe to this channel. I am trying to go on this journey with you. And all of the goals and accomplishments that I've accomplished in my life, I've never really set out to accomplish any kind of monetary goals. And it's because I just haven't never worried about it. I can always go out and make money when I want to, and I do what I love to do, and the money is always there. But now that I have set some very exact monetary goals, I'm going to try to keep you informed as I go along so that you can see where I'm going through this journey. Now, obviously, on this YouTube channel, I'm not making any money right now because I only have a few subscribers at this point. I don't have enough subscribers to monetize anything, or once I get my book finished, I'll be selling it on this YouTube channel. But as of now, I'm at the very beginning stages of this particular journey, this YouTube journey. On camera, I kind of look awkward. I don't really know what I'm doing, So you and I are on this journey together. And as I move forward, I'm going to keep you informed as to when I start making money, how much money that is, as I move forward, how it grows, how many subscribers I've gotten. I mean, I think right now I have I know I have less than 100 subscribers at this point. It is a brand new fledgling channel. I haven't really tried to advertise the channel in any great degree, but I might start doing that as I move forward. But I'm going to be releasing 3 videos a week, one on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which is what I'm doing this week. Next week, we'll see how that goes. And I'll keep you informed. Please let me know in the comments how you're doing. I would love to hear what you want to hear about. I am really very well versed at all of these things that I teach about because I have read tons and tons of books, went to dozens of seminars, and I've also learned, as I have spoke of before, from my father, who has taught me things that you'll never hear in a book or a seminar. These are the things that he just taught me that is going to be relevant to this channel moving forward. So like, subscribe. Hope you're having a great day. We will see you next time. And don't die with your song still in you.
Don't you die with your song